were convicted and served time in jail, may have been or prison, may have been sentenced to death. And ultimately, all the people here were able to have their convictions exonerated and their innocence established. But certainly, I think for any of us, the thought of being convicted of a crime, knowing that you're innocent, being sent to prison or death row, is just about as horrifying an experience as we can imagine. Now, how often does this happen? Well, we really don't know for sure, but we do know this. If you take everybody who was sentenced to death in a capital crime between 1976 and 2004, a 30-year period, okay, and you take those cases, we know that 1.6% of those people have been exonerated. There are probably more in that category who will be exonerated, but there hasn't been time to establish their innocence yet. But let's just take the 1.6% figure as the baseline. That means 1.6% of the people sentenced to death in America during that 30-year period were actually innocent and have been released. There are other studies that suggest that the figure is between 3 and 5%. Now, that's not a high percentage unless you're one of those people, okay? And when we're talking about percentages, we need to know percentages of what? There are 2.3 million people incarcerated in the United States of America today. And so if just 1.6% of them, and not all of them are there on capital convictions, of course, but if 1.6% of those people are innocent, we're talking about thousands and thousands of people, and that's what John Grisham told us last night. It would be over 36,000, in fact. We know that there have been between 300 and 400 exonerations in America, and 18 in Oklahoma. And most of these have been in the last 15 years. Okay? Again, it's not a high number, but it's a number that's significantly greater than zero and something that I think we're all concerned about. So tonight, or this afternoon, we're going to hear from 3 of these people who were convicted in Oklahoma and have been exonerated, and that means a finding that they were innocent of the crime that they were convicted of. We also have the sister of another person who couldn't be here who was convicted, and she's going to speak on his behalf. And we have attorneys who have represented people who have been exonerated who are not among our exonerees tonight, and they will be able to talk about those cases. And we have the victim, the cousin, the first cousin of Debbie Carter, who was the victim of the murder in Ada, Oklahoma, that John Grisham's book, The Innocent Man, is written